Tim Hortons, a brand that once brought people together,
Always fresh. Come taste the 20-minute difference.
has now become a symbol of division among communities.
The rest of your fucking food is scum. Should have recorded that. Oh, you recorded?
Okay, so what? Make a new one. You guys got 2 people. You're making up life.
Social media is flooded with videos where workers are being harassed just for content, just for views.
You're fucking up! You're fucking up! You're fucking up!
Pages like Six Buzz, once known for their lighthearted humor, are now pushing out of context videos to milk views.
Get off this land, scum. Get off this land, scum. No Hindu spirits with me. No Hindu spirits with me.
So yesterday I witnessed something firsthand, how this toxic content is poisoning basic human decency.
Guys, calm down, please. Bro, smell that. No. This is bullshit, bro. We're eating it just now. And I don't think I the fucking whole thing, bro. I'm just trying to show you. I'm eating this thing, man.
So immigrant food workers earning minimum wage are being used as punching bags by angry customers. And for these so-called Instagram pages, human life is reduced to a 30-second clip just for a few hundred shares and few hundred likes. So these social media pages once exploited Debbie for clout. They took advantage of her struggles, turning her into a viral target for online bullying. Her story ended tragically with a fatal drug overdose, which took her life.
I'm the one that nobody there for me. They just fucking pick me up on the streets.
People know you online and
But they might know me, but you think they'd really fuck with me? And now I get told the fucking of my life and what's happened.
So in this video, we are going to look at once a warm, community-driven brand has become a hostile battleground for both its customers and employees. And we will also expose these social media pages run by people hiding in dark corners of the internet are using this chaos for their own gain. Tim Hortons, a famous hockey player, opened its first Tim Hortons restaurant in Hamilton, Ontario in 1964, originally focusing only on coffee and donut.
Donut Emporium. Yes, Tim Hortons Donuts, Ward, and it's very nice to be letting me get a word in about it. If I may take the opportunity, I'd like to...
In 1967, after the death of Tim Hortons, 1974 Ron Joyce took control for the business and began expanding the brand into a national chain. It wasn't just a coffee shop. It was where seniors caught up for their double-double, where teenagers grabbed their Timbits after school, and where families stopped during their road trip. It was reliable, familiar, and proudly Canadian. 2014, everything changed. Tim Hortons was sold to Restaurant Brands International, also known as RBI. RBI is the same corporate giant which controls Burger King and Popeyes. With that sale, something shifted, and the focus turned from community to corporate profits. Menus got polluted with weird items. If you check the Tim Hortons menu today, you will see Tim Hortons is trying really hard to be a cheap copy of McDonald's and Chipotle at the same time. They're serving wraps, sandwiches, pizzas, chicken bowls, salads, and frozen soups. It's like they're trying to turn Tim Hortons into a full-blown fast food restaurant just to push sales. But here's the thing, they already tried something similar in the past, where they merged Wendy's and Tim Hortons together, and that didn't work either. Different vibes, different audience, and it confused customers. Ironically, Starbucks made the same mistake a few years ago, adding too many food items to their menu, losing focus on coffee, and messing with the customer experience. But their new CEO realized the brand is going off the track and course corrected.
The way I talk about it is we're going to do fewer things, but we're going to do fewer things better.
And they went back to basics. Great coffee, strong service, a consistent customer experience. Meanwhile, Tim Hortons still seems like having an identity crisis. There is a small but loud group of people online who are dragging a race into the downfall of Tim Hortons. For them, it's not about quality or service. For them, it is cause of there are too many Indian workers working at Tim Hortons. So this is racism, plain and simple. Starbucks went through a similar slump. They got complained about overpriced food, weird changes, and long wait times. But nobody blamed it on the race of baristas. When Hudson Bay, a century-old Canadian company, filed for bankruptcy, no one asked who was working there. But with Tim Hortons, some people act like immigrants are personally responsible for every stale bagel and watery coffee. But the question is, you guys really think a minimum wage worker making your coffee, living in a mansion, driving Bugatti to work, or chilling on a yacht? But just let's stop blaming these workers for the decision made by corporates trying to cut corners. Some people love to blame immigrants for taking jobs. But ask yourself a simple question. If you were a hiring manager, would you pick somebody who could work only limited hours, has English as a second language? Let's be honest, most of these are taken by immigrants because these jobs are underpaid, tough, and comes with an unpredictable schedule. But here is where it's even get dumber. There is this wild conspiracy floating around that government pays for these temporary foreign workers to come work at Tim Hortons. The only source that I found for this information is, just trust me bro, I know. There is no proof of that. And there is no secret immigrant funds for these people to pour coffee. It's just corporations trying to keep their labor costs low. Instead of questioning a billion-dollar company squeezing every dollar out of these businesses, some folks are turn around and point finger at the guy working behind the counter making $16 an hour. That doesn't make any sense. When I was working on this video, I came across other video online.
So I pulled up to the screen to place my order, and all I heard was hi. So I said hi, and they repeated themselves. Hi. I was so caught off guard that I was like shocked, and I just like, okay, and then I went on with my order. What happened? What happened to how they used to take your orders at Tim Hortons? I worked at Tim Hortons for many, many years, and when someone pulled up to the speaker, we used to say, "Welcome to Tim Hortons. May I take your order, please?"
Imagine living with this lady. This is just 1% of her problems. Imagine the other 99%. And then I found another video of her.
I used to live in Halifax, and I used to work at a hotel. When I tell you that when you rent a hotel room, that you should ask for new sheets, new bedding, new pillowcases, you should. The comforters that they have on the beds, when I was working, I don't think I ever changed a comforter. You don't actually change the comforters on the bed unless they're dirty. More often than not, the beds had duvets, and if it didn't have an actual duvet cover, there would be like a king-size sheet, then a duvet, and then a king-size sheet. So you would cover the duvet essentially in between two sheets, and they weren't closed, but we would just strip the sheets, and the duvet would stay on the bed. And it would stay for like multiple guests. I don't know how often these things were actually changed out or cleaned, because I know that I never ever did it.
I think I'm much comfortable somebody only saying hi to me than somebody is not cleaning my bed if I'm staying in a hotel. That's crazy. And let's be clear, this video isn't about me criticizing Tim Hortons' business model. They got smart people, highly paid people to figure that out. I'm making this video because I care about these workers. I care about their mental health. I can't forget their faces when the guy was yelling at them. These are someone's sons and daughters. And I worked in food sector for the last 8 years. And I never seen people treated this badly. And now watch this video.
Somebody should have recorded that. Oh, you recorded these girls.
Imagine being in that girl's shoes. You are just doing your job and suddenly you are being mocked, and your worst moment of the day is now a viral video. If you put the people filming and laughing into that same job and treated them the way they treat others, they would quit by lunch and probably would spend next 2 years with panic attacks and with antidepressants. It's pretty obvious pages like 6buzz are getting paid to push this propaganda, and they are stoking racism toward Indian community for clicks and engagement. And one day, if someone physically harmed because of these videos, they will just drop GoFundMe and act like they had nothing to do with it. And these admins love to threaten journalists who call them out. And they hide behind anonymity because it makes them feel safer. But I'm not hiding. I stand with these workers, and I'm using my platform to raise these voices. And I called out racist before, from Poop Lady to MAGA minions, and even these fraud propaganda Instagram pages. Because I care about Canada, not just the image of it, but the value it's supposed to stand for. Respect, fairness, and decency. Together we can call out this disturbing and uncivilized behavior and actually make Canadian society better for everyone. Thanks for watching this video, stay safe, and I will see you in the next one.